Guys, welcome to day 5. Okay, so oh wait, we're on day 6, aren't we? Are we? Yeah, day 6. Holy mackerel. Okay, so I got a little bit of flocking done, and I decided actually to the brown stuff here. I don't know how well you can see that. That is, because we're trying to stay in a budget, that's dried tea leaves out of tea bags. I did a video pretty early on in my quick tips about tea bags and stuff. But basically, I've got this huge thing is completely full of tea. And then I've got this big container of tea. And honestly, I think for this kind of application, it actually looks better than this brown dirt flock. So I may sprinkle a little bit of this around just to kind of break up the color a little bit, give it some variation. But you know, if you're going on a budget, tea is free, so I've done this whole thing for nothing. So I put the torches in there. So I know a lot of you were wanting me to put them up here, and that's what I was originally thinking, but I didn't do that for a number of reasons. A, I didn't want to poke holes in this because I wasn't really going to have any flock to cover the holes up, and just gluing them down without actually inserting them wasn't going to be stable enough. And B, I decided I actually kind of liked having them up here with the entrance. I just liked it, so that's where I decided to put them. So anyway, this is all glued down. Now I'm going to add some, start adding a little bit of green. There's not going to be a lot because Cemetary kind of did and stuff, but I'm going to do a little more flocking work, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so if you guys saw my Tuscan Villa build, you saw me do some vines on there. I want to try to improve on that a little bit, so I'm going to experiment here. What I've got is just some copper wire, and copper wire is nice and cheap. You can get it from a lot of sources. I've just got this big old bucket here of all kinds of wire I've collected. If you've got old crummy extension cords, you can get it out of there. Just takes a little stripping, a little work. Don't go buy copper wire at the hardware store or anything, because you can get it so many places. It's inside computer cables, and you know, if you got an old computer that goes bad, there's all kinds of wire inside there. It doesn't have to be copper either. I mean, it could just be aluminum wire. But anyway, what I'm going to do is just put some brown paint in here, and I'm just going to drag this through the brown paint and just try to get brown paint all over most of it. There we go. And then I'm just going to hang it up to dry with a clamp. Maybe. And I'm just going to do a coat on all these, and when it dries, I'll probably go and run them through another coat and kind of build up a little heft to it. Then I can bend it around here, you know, and put it where I want it. Glue it down, and then put the parsley flakes over it for the vines. So we'll see how this comes out. Alright, so I did the vines. We'll go through that in a minute. While I was waiting on those to dry, I put a little bit of flock on here, just some little bit of brown, a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of green. Well, actually blended turf. Just sprinkle it lightly on there just to give it a little bit of color. And then on the mausoleum and the steps and stuff, I put a little bit of bright green for moss. Kind of colored that up a little bit on the roof there and stuff. And then I did one vine already. The white glue hasn't dried, you can see quite, but that's alright. When it dries clear, it'll look really good, I think. You can see I just took the wire around and then put a line of glue on the wire, and then just poured some parsley flakes on there, dumped off the excess, and I think it's going to look pretty good. So here's basically what I'm doing now. I took 3 wires on this side and kind of braided them together down here to make a trunk. Stuck a dot of super glue down there and stuck it in. And so now I'm just going to kind of give it a little dots of super glue every once in a while to hold it on. I'm using super glue gel, which I got 3 tubes of this at the dollar store for $1. So that's a pretty good deal. If you're going to get super glue, hit the dollar store. And I don't care if the super glue gets a little gloppy here, because it's going to get covered over with white glue and leaves anyway. So now the gel takes a little longer to dry than regular super glue, so you gotta hold it on there for a good 10 or 15 seconds so it'll grab hold, and don't get it on your finger, because it tends to hold to your finger really good. There. Alright, so we'll let that sit up a second, and then I'm just going to kind of decide how I want these branches to go. And the nice thing about this wire then is that you can just bend it around the roof, like I did with these. Up front, I can actually bend it, take it under the roof, and this is better than just painting on the brown lines like I did, because it actually, if you look at it from the side, you actually see the vine. I mean, it looks more like a real vine because it's got some volume to it. So anyway, I just, it takes a little while, so I won't film all this, but basically I just run it around, put dots of super glue on to hold it down. I'll do all the vines, and then I'll go back with some white glue and just follow the vine with a bead of white glue, and then dump the parsley flakes on it and tap them off. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Be back in a bit. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and call day 6 a close. Once the white glue is dry on here tonight, I'm just going to throw a coat of poly on it. And then tomorrow I'll put some finishing touches. I'm going to put some, just a little bit of static grass around, and a few bushes and stuff, just to kind of build up the environment a little bit. But other than that, I think it's going to be done. So I will see you tomorrow.